Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm out here waiting for some buddies of mine to get here. We're going to be riding today, and I figured I'd shoot a video for you real quick, kind of about something that annoys me a little bit. I got hit up recently by this guy on Instagram, and he was talking to me and saying that he's been following me for a while, and he likes, what I'm doing and how I'm kind of able to combine, being kind of crazy and wild and doing all the stuff with the motorcycles while still on my way to success. And he was, talking to me, and he's like, it seems like, you'd be a great mentor for me, and this, that, and the other, and da-da-da. I spent like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with this kid, right? So he had hit me up on Instagram. He wanted to talk with me. I gave him my phone number. He hit me up, and we had an hour and a half to a 2-hour conversation. And he told me all these woes about where he was at and what he was doing in life and why he was stuck. And he gave me every excuse in the world for why he was where he was. Kind of like a lot of people will do, right? So I broke down all his excuses, took time out of my day, out of my personal schedule, of doing what I would like to do, which I consider my time to be relatively valuable. I don't talk much. So I broke down for him exactly what he would need to do to get himself out of the positions that he was in. And after spending that time with him, I then followed him back on Instagram and Snapchat and all that kinds of stuff. And it's been about a month, maybe 2 months, something like that. So what I see is him still complaining about the same stuff. What I see, again, I don't know him personally, but what I physically see that he's posting, those cigarette things, they're like electronic cigarettes, e-cigs, whatever the hell they are. I see him just taking videos of himself just smoking this e-cig, just blowing it into the camera, acting like a thug or whatever the hell, like on some of his posts, talking shit with his friends, nigga this, nigga that, da 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 da, just basically just talking shit on Instagram and in the social media, and then like making faces with those filters, whatever the hell, on Snapchat. And I see all that, and I'm just like, I sit there, and it's like, okay, you follow me, and you may think I'm a dick now. That's fine. You can think I'm a dick all you want. But you follow me, and you see me out here, right, in this parking lot, this giant-ass parking lot, because I like to ride and stunt on, like, quads and motorcycles and shit. If you guys follow my other channel, you'd know about that. So let me get this straight. You see me out here, you like the fact that I come out here, and you think it's all badass, and you think that some of the videos that I make is all awesome and shit, and you want to become successful yourself. And don't get me wrong, I'm not crazy successful, just to put that clearly out there. I'm on my way, but I'm not there. But you see all that, and you tell me how bad you want that. Dude, when I come out here and I ride, this is like one form of meditation that I do, right? I like to come out here, I like to have a blast, I like to ride around and, stunt, jump on the seat, do burnouts, fuck around. What you don't see is that throughout the week, I am busting my ass. Like, I am working on not being an workaholic anymore. I was never an alcoholic. And it's like, when you hit me up and you take my time to sit there and try to give you advice about everything that you can do, and then you put none of it into practice, it's like, why'd you even bother hitting me up? If you're just like, you want a tip for success, stop making faces on Snapchat and do something. That is what so many people miss in this world. So many people are totally down to bitch about things. They're totally down to focus on the negatives. They're totally down to surround themselves with people who have equally nothing going on, and then complain about whether it's the government or it's the, I don't know, whatever oppression. It's your parents, it's your siblings, it's your living situation, it's your money situation, it's this, that, and the other. It's whatever the hell that you want to complain about. The problem is that you just keep complaining. So I put a lot of advice out in these videos, and I take my time to shoot these, And there is eventually, you know, a motive behind, you know, building this channel and such, and I'll be honest about that. But the point is, I put all this stuff out there. I like to think that some of the advice is good, right? The problem is that people will binge watch these motivational videos on YouTube. They'll binge watch things about how to become successful, how to invest, how to do real estate, how to do the stock market, how to get the girl, how to do this, how to do that, da 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 da. And all they do, all that knowledge, all the knowledge on this channel of mine, all the knowledge all over the place, all they do is they take this knowledge and they go, oh, yeah, let's stick that right in here because I feel good about myself now. Because now I know what to do. Because I pseudo watched somebody else do it and I put myself vicariously in their shoes and I felt like, oh God, I'm on my way. That's why watching movies about like successful people or people rising up or you know, people who become legend or people who do things with their lives, when you watch those movies, it gives you that feel-good feeling. Why is that? Because those movies are designed to evoke an emotion from you to make you feel what that movie wants you to feel. That movie's not making you more successful. The only thing that makes you more successful in any area, no matter what it is that you're doing, is action. Like this quad right here can do a ton of shit, right? It obviously eats through gas, it eats through tires if I'm driving it. This thing, you could ride through the woods, you could ride in the parking lot, you could go off jumps with this, you could do a ton of things with this, but guess what? Nothing happens without taking action on this, right? I shot another video about taking action. What pisses me off is that people sit there and they stay in shitty situations because they won't take action, they won't hit the throttle, right? They just want to sit around and complain and bitch and talk to people who understand their problems, which that is good. Don't get me wrong, all that stuff is good. You know, sitting and talking with somebody about stuff that you're struggling with. But then you have to take action to get yourself out of that situation. Because without taking action, you stay there. I'm going to give you a very quick story. Somebody recently needed a job. He was strung out, he was frustrated. He had left his job because he just seriously wasn't enjoying it. He had eaten through all his money and he's living in his mom's house. This guy has a lot of goals and stuff like that, whatever, but he was sitting around feeling sorry for himself. He had no money, nothing going on at that time. And he told me about how he was stuck and this, that, and the other. And one day, he decided to take action. Now, I want to be very clear. He was unemployed for months, okay? Not on unemployment. He had no money coming in. Unemployed for months. And then all of a sudden, he literally woke up one day. I think he either went for a run or he woke up. I don't know. Whatever. One day, he decided to get so angry about his situation in life and so fed up with what he was settling for in his life. He got so absolutely done with feeling like a failure and feeling like he wasn't going anywhere that what he did was he got on the phone and he started making calls. He told himself, I don't care what happens, I am going to have a job at the end of today. Today. He sat on the phone, he called restaurants, stores, he called a liquor shop, alcohol shop, I don't even know what you call them, I barely even drink. Liquor shop, I don't know, whatever. He called some place where they sell alcohol, okay? He binge called all of these places and said to them, hey, my name is da-da-da-da. I'm a real hard-working young man, whatever. I'm really looking for a job. I could start as soon as today. Really trying to land something. I've been unemployed for a while, and I'm willing to work for you. Or something to that effect. Guess what? In those binge calls, he ended up with 3 interviews. I do not know how many calls he made. It doesn't matter. You keep going until you get what you want. So he binge called. He got 3 interviews. He went to one of them. He canceled the other 2 out of respect, because that's what you should do for people. And he had a job by the end of that day. Now, he went in for the interview the day after, so if you want to say it took 24 hours, fine. My point is, he took action. He didn't sit around on Snapchat taking fucking photos of him with his dog tongue out, or whatever the hell those filters do. He actually took action. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. Like, you have to take action. Depending on how big of a change you want in your life is how big of the action you need to take. If you want a massive change in your life, that's going to take massive, consistent action. For your reflection, your outer, right, what you see when you look around you, for that to reflect how much you're putting out there, you have to put stuff out there for a while, okay? I'm not crazy successful. I tell you guys the truth about shit, right? But the point is, I didn't just show up here. Like, if you guys have been following me for a while, look back at some of my other videos. Like, some of them are, like, really, like, painful to listen to. I looked at a few of them. I'm like, oh, why did anybody subscribe to me back then? But it's consistent action over time. I've gotten more comfortable talking to the camera. I've got more comfortable, sharing my ideas out there. And now, as you know, if you've been following me, we're working on the studio. But my point is don't kid yourselves, guys. Don't watch other people live their lives. Just go out there and try something. Like, go and fail. Going and failing just gives you a step towards where you want to be, because you know that maybe that wasn't the thing for you. Or maybe it is, and you just got to fail forward and keep going. But for me to get hit up, give someone advice, and then I literally watch them shoot videos of themselves with the tongue out and the fucking different filters and shit, and sitting around blowing smoke in the camera and bitching about life and saying how hard this is and how hard that is and da-da-da-da. Dude, that's a failure mindset of staying stuck in failure. That's a loser's mindset. All right, my buddy's pulling up. Anyways, don't be a fucking loser. Go do what you want.